Greetings everybody, Okami of Games Online. Welcome to a Let's Play of something I never thought I'd see myself doing. Welcome to Let's Play Superman 64. One of the worst games of all time. Why I'm doing this, I don't know. But anyways, this game also has difficulty settings, and I have actually never played this game before. Okay, that's half-lie. I've beaten the first stage, and that's about all of this game I have played. I've seen stages 1 through 7, and beyond that I have not seen. And because I'm a complete idiot, because this game has a difficulty setting, we have easy mode, normal mode, and Superman mode. So, like an idiot, I'm gonna go on Superman mode. So, let's get this show on the road.
In short time, your fate will be sealed, Superman.
You will never find your friends in this virtual world.
Then there's no time to waste.
So why is this game very bad? Well, might as well start with... There's a story option. Lex Luthor trapped Lois, Jimmy, and Professor Hamilton in a virtual world. Superman has no choice but to enter this world to rescue his friends. You can take off with the Z button, accelerate with B, brake with R, grab with B, throw and punch with A, which you will not be punching a lot. You'll be doing a bit of throwing. Read last text with L, like the, or not like that. Okay, the game lied. I was gonna try to demonstrate, but nope. And then you have your superpowers, which you cannot use right off the bat. It's dumb. But you know what else is dumb? The majority of this first episode is just gonna be showing off like different things that's stupid. And that's this. We have normal, which no zoom really. But then there's this. 80%, 60%, 40%, and 20%. Why they put this in, I have no idea. But we're just gonna go with cinema. So, the majority of this game, at least for this stage, is flying through rings. So, get used to that sight. You are also on a time limit. The green rings are the ones you need to go through. The yellow rings are, if you go through them, you will not fail the mission. But you can only miss 3 rings, and it's basically showing, oh, if you fly through this ring, you'll still be okay. And then if you go too far ahead, which I'll actually show off over here, there's these rings, which if you go through them, you will immediately fail. And if you're playing on an easier difficulty, there is like a guide arrow, I think in the bottom right corner, that shows you where the next ring you need to fly through, which direction it's in, which is kind of nice, but I'm not going to be using that. Screw it. Unfortunately, now I cannot miss a single ring, but that shouldn't be too big of a deal. Just gotta fly around a bit carefully. Look at all that green around here. This isn't... Well, that's a good start. Well, Lex win. We're done here. Let's try this again. Fortunately, even after just playing one stage, the flying controls I have started to get used to. Not sure if that's for the better or not, but it's a thing. Basically, if you need to make a turn, you gotta let go of the B button, because, you know, why wouldn't you? Because this... whether you believe it or not, you have plenty of time. At least for this first one. I can't really speak for future ones. At least I've found you have plenty of time, as long as you're a bit careful. Which I haven't missed a single one yet. If you have to turn around, don't bother unless you have to turn around. Like, so far, yeah, there we go. Red rings means it's the end of it, of the place. So, we can pick up this car and throw it. And speaking of glitches, we can do this. And we can find out if we look around. The car is flying in midair over there. In any case, back to more rings. Press Z to get off the air. You also got a preview of Superman's amazing punches, which we will be seeing more of in this stage later on. But we have more flying through rings because everyone loves flying through rings. Clearly. Isn't this just... This is just the... I don't even know what this is. I don't even know why I'm playing this. Probably because I get a weird sense of enjoyment out of playing bad games. That's why I got enjoyment out of playing ET back at PAX Prime 2014. That's a story for another day, though. Or that's a story for people who saw that video. It was a thing that happened. But anyways, enough about that. We're just going to be flying through more and more rings because video games. Okay, I missed that one. Not that bad. I can just keep moving forward. Still have about a minute on the clock, which is not the worst. I guess it could be theoretically better, but we still got plenty of time. Cause right, oh, I guess we had a bit further to go than I thought. If you start hearing gunshots, that means you're near the end. So, like there. Alright. Now, you gotta react immediately, pick up the police car, fly up. Because otherwise those guys will shoot down this police car and it will be a thing. And, excuse me, I want to just... Okay. Screw it. Go! Thank you. Alright. And now, more flying through rings. If you couldn't tell by now, basically you have a ring section, and then you have to do some sort of minigame, then a ring section, and it alternates. Which is partially why there's way too many rings. These stages, by the way, in case you're curious, the game calls them ride stages. It's like we're going for a ride. They want to take me for a ride. Okay, now, I gotta save the references for, okay, Superman was for a second stuck on nothing. Good job, Superman. You've done it. Oh well. So now, combat. Land, Superman. Land, please. Thank you. This is how Superman fights. It's stupid. So is there a more efficient way? Well, yes there is, actually. You can just... apparently get stuck on more walls. I'm gonna fail this, aren't I? Here's the other problem, though.
Then there's no time to waste.
We're back to the ring section. Fortunately, it's not back at the start of the stage, but it's still annoying. And it's definitely not something. It's like, why can't I just... Oh, no. Alright, fine. It's like, why can't I just start back in the minigame? Why do I have to go back through these rings again? And you might notice that it's like 2 minutes, 1 minute, something like that. They get even longer from what I've seen. Like, you'll find out about that later. Just take my word for it. Also, I'm getting shot at again. Now, if I can demonstrate this, you can just fly into them. It is, hands down, a more efficient method than, well, that. Okay. Come on, there we go. And we have more rings. Lovely. You can clearly sense the sarcasm in my voice. Alright, let's just get through these rings, because rings are a thing that nobody likes, unless it's Sonic. Even though this is a time where Sonic isn't really in the best shape when it comes to his games, considering Sonic Boom came out. But maybe I'll get to playing that at some point, because, you know what? I do like bad games, so maybe. Alright, I gotta take this section a bit slower. We're near the end, I do believe. Come on, Superman. Thank you. Fly through that, fly through that. And that is part of the problem with Superman, is if you don't know how to control him, he's a bit annoying to control, if you can tell just by watching me play. And now we have our powers, or rather our Ice Breath, which I missed the token. Well, I think we're gonna fail this immediately. Possibly. Alright. We need to stop moving, Superman. Up is your ice breath. Which, if I use it, I'm too far away from the tornado, aren't I? And Q failing right about... Oh, it's gonna happen. Yep, right there. So, I'm gonna save your time because... How much you wanna bet when I hit A?
Then there's no time to wait.
Back to the rings section. So I'm gonna save your time and I will see you back at the tornado section. Alright, we're back here at the tornado section. We missed the token again. It's become a running trend, isn't it? Alright, at least now I recall. Well, one, this is where you can also use holding down the R button to your advantage, because you can just hold down the R button and you will it's basically a break is what I'm trying to say. I don't know why I had so much trouble saying that. Anyways, use your super breath on each of these 3 tornadoes. And you notice you have a meter. You can only use his superpowers for so long, which is dumb, and I am out of range again. But, yeah, it's weird, but we're not going to question it. What I do know is we have more rings. So, that's actually not the worst thing in the world, because... Also, the game runs a lot smoother underwater, by the way. So, if you want to play Superman somewhat proper, I guess you can play underwater. But what I was going to say is, it actually isn't that bad, because we are near the end of the stage. Which, thank God for that. It's a step in the right direction, I'll say that. But just, basically the rings are going to be doing this, and like I said, they get even more ridiculous, and we will see why probably in the next stage, actually. So, fun times are ahead of us. Well, by next stage, I mean next stage where there's rings, because believe it or not, we're not going to be going through rings in the next stage, and the pace I plan to go at is ideally 1 stage per episode. There you are. See this red ring here, and see where it's at, like, this little underwater facility? Well, if Superman would be so kind... There we go, Superman wins. We've done it. We've beaten the first stage of Superman 64. And we'll save the game. You can see right there, there's the save slot I had. It was skill 2 instead of skill 3. Basically, skill is, like, what difficulty you're in. And now, the Daily Planet, which we will be getting more into this in the next episode. So, next time on Superman 64, we're going to be going through this stage, Stage 2. See you guys then. Also, please get me out of this hell that I've gotten myself into, because logic.